Okay, we're looking at angles in a circle. So before I begin this page, I'm just going to review the rules that we have one more time. There are 4 main rules that we have when we're talking about angles in a circle. So let me go over the rules. So there's 1, I'm just going to draw 4 circles, 3, so there are 4 main rules. One of them I consider like a little bit of a crisscross rule. So if I was to make an X anywhere, it doesn't have to be through the center, anywhere on this circle, when I make the corners, the points, these ones will be the same, those little corners here, and these ones will be the same. So this will be the same as this one, that will be the same as that. So it's kind of like a little crisscross rule. The next rule that we have is when it goes through the diameter. So if it goes through the center of the circle, any line that I go out here, if I go and connect it back again, it'll always make a 90-degree angle. So that's my second rule. My third rule also has to do with the center. So what they found is that the angle here in the center, so this slice here, if you were to take the same feet here and draw it out anywhere, so it can be up above it, it can be to the side, as long as you're touching these 2 feet here, this is always going to be half of this. So this would be half of this. So if that was 20, that would be 10. If that was 2x, that would be x. So it's half, and that's the center. And the last rule, which is kind of a standalone rule all by itself, is that any cyclic quadrilateral, so any quadrilateral that has all 4 points on the sides of a circle, these guys always add to 180. So they add to 180. And that goes for corner to corner and corner to corner. So these 2 add to 180 and those 2 add to 180. So those are the 4 rules. So one more time, just want to go through those, and then now let's start with this question. So to find the indicated angle, this is the crisscross rule, right? So because I'm making an X on a circle and it's touching the sides of the circle, that makes these points. And you can take the page and turn it around. You're always allowed to twist it around. I see it better like here. This one and this one are the same. So this one and this one are the same. If you put a dot, that means the same. And then that means that this one and this one are the same, those angles there. So that will tell you that X is going to equal the 50, right? And then Y will equal the 19. So they're matching. That one matches this one matches this. For here, this is the center rule where it goes to the center, and this will always be double. So then X will actually be 120. It's always double. And you can even see how much wider it is than that. Okay. The next rule is going through the center when you have a diameter. So this is a diameter here, like that. We know that any corner that we make, these are all going to be 90. So this will be 90 and this will be 90 as long as it goes to the diameter. So the angle ACD, now let's read this. It's got 3 letters. It starts at A. This is the middle. So it goes from A to C to D. C is the important one. C is the corner. A to C to D. So I want this corner here. I want this corner. That corner there. Not the 90. A lot of people quick can go, oh, 90 degrees, but that's not what they're asking. They're asking for A to C to D. So see, one more time. We're walking the 3 letters. I'm walking from A, I told you to go to C, and then go to D. D is always the corner, though. D is the angle we're looking for. Or sorry, the C is the angle. It's the middle one. The middle one's the angle. So here, if I know that's 30 and that's 90, and I want to find this missing angle, it's going to be 180 minus 90 minus 30, which gets me 60. So angle ACD is 60 degrees. Please make sure you're putting your degree symbols down wherever it's a degree. So it's degrees, degrees, degrees. So put your degree symbols down. Okay, so sometimes it's not asking the corner here. It might be asking a separate angle. So you have to know this here, that for every triangle, a triangle adds to 180. You're supposed to have that knowledge from, I think, elementary school. Okay, so a triangle. So here, a triangle adds to 180 degrees. So that's supposed to be in your brain. Okay, the next one. This is the quadrilateral. So the quadrilateral, it's a cyclic quadrilateral. So that means all the corners are on the sides here. So that means that opposite angles will add to 180. So I know that X is going to equal 180 minus the 105, which gets me 75. So it adds to 180, so that means that that angle must be 75. So x should be 75, so that's 75. Okay. For this one here, again, we know that they add to 180, so if this is 100, y would be 80. You can probably do that in your head. They add to 180. What rule is the next one looking at? And you can see it's drawing a cyclic quadrilateral. So again, we're going to do, they add to 180. So this corner is opposite this corner, and this corner is opposite this corner. So sometimes there's going to be extra information that we don't need. But here I need this one because they add to 180. So you're going to go x is 180 minus the 45. So that'll be 135. So x equals 135. There you go. And sometimes there's extra information, so I didn't use the 70 at all. All right. This is, again, the crisscross rule. So if you need to, look at it in terms of criss-cross, right? And then when they make the angle, so they made the angle here and here, these two are going to be the same. See, they're pointing, they have points here, they're the same. Then this one, I'll do a double line, is the same as this angle here. They also gave us a middle angle, which makes it a triangle. We have all three sides or two angles of a triangle. So that means we can find the third one. So we're going to use that in a second. So for the x, or sorry, for the y right away is 80 because they match, right? So you see this one is the same as this one. They're the same. That's 80 degrees. For the x, I need it to be the same as this angle, but I don't have it. But again, we're going to use the fact that a triangle adds to 180. So we're going to do 180 minus the 80 and minus the 70 to get this angle here. And 180 minus 80 is 100, minus 70 will get me 30. So I know that this angle is 30. How do I know that? Because a triangle adds to 180. And then you know that they're the same, right, because they're points crisscross, these 2 points here, so x would equal the 30. Okay, next one. This is the center angle. So the center angle theorem was that the center angle is always much bigger than the outside angle using the same 2 feet. So using the same 2 feet to draw the angle, this is 20, this is always much smaller. You can see it's even smaller, so that means that this would be 10 degrees, right? Half of it. For this one, it's going through the diameter again. So diameter of the circle, when it goes through the diameter, we know that these guys here are going to be 90. So to the corner and to the corner, they'll be 90. Now, what are they asking me? They're not always asking me the 90. So let's walk the 3 letters, M to N to O. So start at M. I'm going to do it in pink. M, I'm going to start at the M. I'm going to walk to the N and then walk to the O. And the middle letter is the corner. So I actually do want the middle letter. So this one here is going to be 90. So in this case, I do want the 90 degree. For the next one, I want you to walk from O to M and then P. So walking from O to M and then P. And the middle letter is the letter that we're looking at. So that corner there, O, M, P. So I want this angle here. That angle there, I know it's 90 here, and it's 75, and it's a triangle. So I'm going to use 180 minus the 90 and minus the 75. And that's going to get me 90, 180 minus 90 is 90, minus 75 is 15 degrees. So therefore, this angle is 15 degrees. So we're using a little bit of triangle theorem. So make sure you think of the 4 rules when you're answering your questions. There's 4 rules, right? So these are the 4 rules. Those are the 4 rules that we're looking at when we think about circles. Those are the 4 possible rules. And remember that this one does not have to be, it can sometimes be messier looking, so it goes like this, so it goes to the center, and it can be any center like this. So this angle here, as long as I'm touching on the same 2 feet, I can make it really crooked. So this is going to be, so this purple angle here is going to be double this orange angle here. So this orange angle here will be half of whatever that is, and it can be crooked. It doesn't have to be straight up and down. So like this one, it doesn't have to be straight up and down like this. It can be crooked. So this purple one, same thing. This purple angle here is double the orange angle here. Always half. And that's about it.